Hello Cancer, welcome back to my channel if you're a returning subscriber. If you're new, welcome. Hope you enjoy the reading. This will be a general reading for your sign. All right, so from your for your 10th house, as I said, there will be issues because your 10th house is opposite your 4th. So the 10th house is everything outside home, and your 4th house is everything to do with home, family, and so on. And they are opposite each other. So there's going to be some sort of balance required here. But it looks like you're having some sort of success in your 10th house, which is normally associated with career, fame, reputation, and in some cases it can be public status change. Your public status is how other people see you, or how you are, what is your, your so-called position in the world? What do people see when they see you? So in some cases that can be like employed or self-employed, or, you could be married or you could be single, whatever is the situation for you. But 10th house, I do feel that this is all career related, and it's all of those issues. It can also be to do with things like authority figures or authoritative institutions. So this could be in some cases things to do with your actual career. You could be entering an authoritative institution, or you could be receiving acknowledgement or something from that, or you may have an authoritative person around you, like a boss or a manager or a guru or a mentor, something like that. But I do feel it's like a boost, or your career path is somehow getting a boost of some sort. And it can also be coming into your maturity and into your power as well. And you may just need to, as I say, with this rising up, or some kind of acknowledgement or some kind of progress that you're making here, it may bring in a few issues to do with the home or the family. We're all different. We've all got different setups. So you just take it as it resonates for you. See how it comes in for you. And we have got water element sensing here. So this is very much about getting in touch with your feelings. This is a feeling element. This is saying that you need to follow your instincts with regards to this. There's something coming in, but you need to follow your instincts. Your instincts are good. They're going to be good. And logic may not come into this at all. All right. So follow what you're feeling instinctually. This is not a big energy for initiating or launching things. This is a quieter, more like a gathering of your material resources or your emotional resources or your energies, gathering things up in preparation for something that's going to be launched or something that's going to be happening. So you could just be gathering your energy right now. But most of all, it really is about getting into some kind of a place which is, it's like a restful place where you, as I said, you're gathering your energies. You might find your energy is low and therefore you need to just take a back seat or just rest up for a bit. But it's a wonderful opportunity for dreaming and for planning and for getting in touch with any kind of creativity. Now, this can be all artistry. So not all of us are artistic, but everybody is born creative. So this can be any kind of creative outlet or artistic outlet for you. But it's you can really channel a beautiful energy down, which is it's water oriented, but it's about imagination, it's about inspiration and all of those things. So whatever is appropriate for you. It could be new ideas for if you work with food, it could be wonderful creations that you can make, or it could be artistic as in actual physical art, or a creative idea, or creative movement, whatever is your thing in the 10th house. But it really is it is a time for quietness, really. It's a time to go within, make sure your boundaries are good under this energy, because sometimes when you become quiet and almost like compassionate, it's kind of softer, some people can take advantage of that energy. So just make sure your boundaries are in place, because you need to go within. You need to actually do a little bit of like navel gazing and soul searching and listening to your inner guidance with this energy. It's a wonderful opportunity for that. Now, whatever comes out of this, I feel is going to be wonderful for you because you've got Lakshmi, bright future here. So it says here, stop worrying, everything is going to be fine. So you may just be stressing about a few things, but if you take advantage of this energy, listen to your inner self. Don't listen to the fears and the negative self-talk. Go within and listen to your instincts. Listen to your emotions, because logic will not come into this, okay? And this is very much a logical kind of a house. So, there's going to be a little bit of a thing there, but you are a Cancerian, and that, emotions and feelings and the water element is natural for you. So, but it's just saying, stop worrying, because whatever you're worrying about, you're going to draw it to you like a magnet. You become magnetized to these things. So everything is going to be fine. She's a very abundant goddess. She really is, can move. She works with Ganesh, the other god, and the masculine god, and they can really move mountains for you. Very, very powerful, abundant energy. Now, this abundance can come in, as I said, in many forms, but it's in your 10th house, so it's probably career or fame, or some sort of public status. Maybe you're changing, it's some kind of abundance or some kind of brightness is coming in for you, and it's leading to a very solid situation. So I feel this is very good for you. Having said that, we have also got here Princess of Autumn, studious, responsible, cheerful, mischievous. So you may be embodying all of these energies, or you may be in contact with somebody who is, or you may be working with somebody who's got those qualities, but it's saying that this is the energy of the Princess of Autumn. Happy news about your career, promotions or scholarships, well thought out plans that go perfectly, needing a little push to get going. Okay, so this is very much the 10th house is about strategies, planning, systems, schedules. It's ambition. It's also goal oriented. Okay, so this is all coming into this card. So whatever goals you come up with during this, you could just be sitting and pondering your goals, pondering your path, pondering what to do next, pondering which choices to make or which options to follow, and so on. All of this is very necessary, but listen to your instincts. Okay, but you're going to get happy news about this. As I said, Lakshmi is already saying bright future, and well thought out plans is very much a 10th house thing, and but needing a little push to get going. That just could be the because you're needing this time just to reset your battery or to gather your energies. Right now your energies may be a bit low, maybe you've been through quite a busy period, but it's saying that you need to do this so that you can take full advantage of this lovely energy which is coming in for you. Now let's just see. So this surrender may actually apply to this, because this is kind of a water element, is kind of a surrender energy. It's where you go within. You surrender your logic and you listen to your instincts and your intuitions and your emotions, and they will guide you. It's kind of a surrender, as in you put your boundaries up, you withdraw, and you go within and you do other things, artistic and creative activities, whatever it is. Some people like to cook or bake, and then they think about things, and they allow their that's almost like a meditation for them. So any meditations, any kind of activities like that, which just allow you to listen and to hear and to feel. That's, I feel, where this surrender is coming in. But let's see, it may pop up again for something else as well. Now we have also got here the 3rd house. So this is all forms of communication coming in. And this will be written, verbal, body language even, everything to do with communication. And this can also be electronics, the internet, this can be research, this can be exchanging of ideas. This can also be short travel, short distance travel, or local travel. It can also involve vehicles, cars, it could be business travel, or it could be a little trip that you're taking which requires planning, some sort of map, or some sort of schedule that you may be following. And it can also involve communications with specific people. Now these can be general relatives, aunts, uncles, cousins, siblings, and even neighbors may come in with this. Also early education or learning may come in here as well. But it really is the assimilation of information. You may be hearing things, you may be giving information out. It can also be that you may be hearing things as in gossip and so on. So just be aware of that, and steer clear of that if possible. Take the higher ground, or it could just be that you're hearing news in some way. Something is something is coming in and that's going to spark something, or it could be that something that you're actually waiting for, like a contract or a document. It could be linked to your career, or it could be linked to something else, because you've also got fourth house here. This could involve something similar to like a transfer or a relocation because of a position that you've now got in, or something occurring to do with that. So it could be a contract or a document which you are now waiting for or working on. Now we have got here Aries, I am. So this could be a number of things. This could be the energy and the excitement, or the drive to go after something which is important to you. It's like that energetic swoop that comes in, and you've got that forward motion. This is a very no-nonsense energy. Cards on the table, honesty, straightforward. And it may be a bit of a challenge coming in, or you may have to kind of go after something. It really is it's a strong energy. This is a very strong, but it's forward moving. Just be aware that you don't rush or force things, or get yourself in a state about things. Too much rushing can bring on headaches, high blood pressure, various other things. So the best way to handle this energy is, by all means, keep moving forward and to keep that strong momentum, but it must be measured action. That's the very best way. Have a schedule that you're following, or things that you want to do and you want to initiate. This is very much initiating energy. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. It's ideas based. It's let's get things going. It's got that energy about it. It can also be very passionate energy. You may be speaking passionately about something, or you're putting your energy into something related to the third house, or you could just be going after something. Aries is ruled by Mars, so this is forward motion. This is Mars is the god of war, so this is literally going after. It's a very powerful energy, but it's the start of the zodiac, so it's the initiating and ideas based and going after things, but it's straightforward energy. It can be impatience or quick temper as well, so just bear all that in mind at this time. We have got Una, easy does it. There's no need to hurry or force things to happen. So as I said, you could be feeling impatient or wanting to really move things forward in whatever is appropriate for you. You may be really trying to drive things forward with regards to a document or a contract or a communication, or something to do with your family. There's something coming in, or it could be a short trip that you need to take. But just avoid rushing and forcing, which sometimes it can come in with the Aries energy, but it's also impulsive action, going after spontaneous movement forward. So there's no need to hurry or force things to happen. Everything is occurring in perfect timing. So you've already had that, and you've also got everything is going to be fine. So this is very much measured action. As I said, you want to have your priorities. You want to be moving forward on things, but you need to do it in a way which can be, you can work with others, you can work as a team maybe, or you can cooperate and work with others to push things forward. You may have to take a leadership role, but there's no need to hurry or force things to happen. Easy does it. This takes nurturing. This energy of Una is nurturing energy, and you have got the fourth house here as well. And this is very much about nurturing. So nurturing your energy, nurturing your home, nurturing your job, nurturing your children, or whatever is your situation. It's working on your causes, the things that are close to your heart, and paying attention to them, and seeing them through, not giving up halfway. You want to see this through, but don't want to burn out. You want to actually have some sort of fortitude, some sort of staying power here. But it's saying just easy does it. Things take time, and it's a case of nurturing each step of the way, that will get you where you need to be. In some cases, if it's work related or something that you're working on, it could be that you may need to start on a part-time basis. So it could be an idea that you have, something that you're trying to initiate. It's saying that you may need to just work on it part-time to begin with until it can become full-time. This could also be something you're working on with family members, or it could be a contract or a document, or it could be contract work, part-time, and then nurture, and then it will slowly become full-time, in whatever context is right for you here. Now, it is also saying here, fourth house, as I said, this is everything to do with house, your actual physical house, or where you are living, where you are currently residing. So it's the physical structure, but it can also be the atmosphere and the people in your home. It can also be related to your relationship with your family, your roots, your foundation, your ancestry, your ethnic identity, whatever is appropriate for you. All of these things come into the fourth house. Now we have got here a Mercury retrograde reinvention. So it's saying that something in this house is delayed. All right, something to do with this is on hold at the moment. Um, but it's important. It's intentional. There's a reason why that is happening. Perhaps the timing's not right for something yet. Okay, and this is why you've got easy does it here, and why you've got stop worrying. Okay, there's something which is kind of not on track at the moment. Okay, so this energy will be around for a while. It may only be with you for a week, maybe longer of the month, but it's saying that there's a period of introspection here. Something needs to be anything with a re in front of it, so reinvented, recreated, redrawn, as in documents and contracts perhaps to do with your home, or something, a renegotiation with somebody to do with your home or your family, or a review or a repeat or a release even. This is a period of introspection where you actually look at things again. You go over everything with a fine-tooth comb. Now, this can be word or number related, okay? So you've got to go over your contract and your documents or whatever it is in your fourth house. Something needs to be looked at very carefully. You could be undergoing a renovation or something. But any documents, any contracts, go over with a very fine-tooth comb. Also be careful of your words, what you say and what you write and what you put online and things like that. Because sometimes things can really go awry. Also, it's saying back up or protect your documents or your data, because sometimes electronics and things like that can go awry. And also communications with others can sometimes go awry. And this can be like an email that doesn't get sent, or somebody misinterprets or doesn't understand you correctly, or doesn't hear you correctly, or they assume something, or you do. So be careful with that. But it is really an introspection period. It's something to do with the fourth house, something to do with your house and your home or your family needs to be looked at again, because there's something that could have been overlooked, or a mistake, or an assumption, some detail that needs to be checked again, or a new plan needs to be drawn up. And it will, whatever you do in this light of this retrograde, this going over again, whatever you look at again and go over with a fine-tooth comb, and you will create something much better than what you had to begin with. So it's a very necessary phase that you need to go through to look at things again. It can also be people related, and this can be somebody from your past or a situation from your past coming back again into your life. Now, this can be, as I said, a person or a situation, or the person may bring the situation back into your life. But it's usually related to like closure or settling of something, or you'll get an insight, or they'll give you a valuable bit of information which is important for you in some way here. So they just pop back usually, or you see something about them or about the past situation, and it kind of settles something for you, or you get some value out of it in some way. They could even just give you some information, so that something may occur from along those lines as well. Now we have got here a marked fairness. This situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. So it looks to me like it could be contract or document related, or it could be some dissension that is happening between you and a family member or family members, or perhaps it's where you're living, perhaps you're in a big block or in a community or something like that. But there's some sort of communication or contract or document or a legal matter. It could also be a negotiation or a mediation, but it can also be you exercising judgment in some way, or somebody else exercising their judgment in relation to you. Okay, so fairness is coming in. The situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. So however you want to apply it here, just put your case forward. If you need to do that, put your case forward, say what you need to say. But just be careful, as I said, with the Aries energy and with the third house, and also with Mercury retrograde. Be careful that what you say or do doesn't get misinterpreted or taken up the wrong way, because that can happen with Mercury retrograde. Or there could be a delay, as I said. But be careful that you keep your cool during this period. You want to come to a resolution. Focus on a resolution, not a fixed outcome which you have in mind, some sort of fixed outcome which you are gunning for. Okay, the Aries energy can make you competitive like that. You want to focus on a resolution. What she's saying is that you need to detach from that fixed outcome that you may have in your mind, and rather work on the resolution, finding common ground, or whatever the situation may be, or just putting it there and then detaching from the outcome, and let the universe and let Mart deal with the situation. We have got here at the bottom of the Fairy Tarot. We've got 6 of Autumn. The good you do comes back to you. Okay, so just remember what I said about finding a resolution to a situation, or it could be that you are using your energy to assist others at this time via the 3rd house or even the 10th house. But the good you do comes back to you, an unexpected inflow of money, borrowing wisely, or repaying a debt. So this could be something to do with your home. Perhaps you're changing something in your home. You're either moving or you're renovating, or something to do with that. And if you are getting money in to do with this, you could be waiting for a contract or a document from the bank, as I said, something to do with that. Just as I said, borrowing wisely or repaying a debt. So make sure that things are balanced and sorted out. Check your documentation, triple check your documentation, triple check everything to do with your communications, all right, especially with Mercury retrograde. But it's saying that there may just be a delay and that things will come right, but there's issues that need to be looked at. Things need to be ironed out. Something needs to be double checked there. And something may have been assumed or overlooked. So double check, triple check everything. And if you're not sure, ask somebody else to check it for you. But it's something to do with some sort of influx. It could be to do with your home. Maybe you're selling your home and now you're getting some money. Make sure that you put that money to good use at this time, because autumn is always, the autumn cards are always about financial things. We have also got here Maui, Mother Earth. You are called upon to help with environmentalism, so that may be an interest of yours. It could even be a career interest of yours, but it's saying that also, apart from that, from actually supporting or getting involved in environmental causes or with a charity or some kind of earth-friendly organization, whatever is right for you, whether you donate or you physically get involved or you're a volunteer or whether you're actually working in that environment, it's saying that it's part of your life in some way to give back. But it's also about grounding, okay? So this can be grounding as in walking with your feet, your bare feet on the earth, or sitting down on the earth, whether this is through gardening or walking on the beach or hiking, whatever the situation is. Get in touch with nature. Make sure that you're grounding yourself, even through meditation if you are unable to get in nature. Most people can walk in a park or go to the beach or go to the mountains or just get out from wherever they are, connect with nature and ground your energy. It's also very much to do with it may be, as I said, a career path, but it's also about looking around in your home life to see what toxic things you may have around you. Now, this can be toxic chemicals. It could be a lifestyle that's not suiting you anymore. It could be also getting in touch with more organic foods or eating foods which come from the earth, straight from the earth. So whether you're growing your own foods, something like that, but get rid of the toxic things around you. Do recycling or upcycling. Get rid of old or broken things that may be in your home, especially if you're moving or you're changing something to do with your home. Release all these things that don't work or are old or don't suit you anymore. Let them go. Pass them on to others, the circle of life. And as it says, the good you do comes back to you. So whatever you pass on to others, they will use it and it will help them in some way. So release these things. They could be old things you've had a long time, or things that just are broken and are lying around, or they just don't work anymore, or you just don't use them. Get rid of them. Okay. Also toxic chemicals, and also recycling. Get involved in these sorts of things. It can also be that because you've got your 4th house related here, it could be that you are buying land or purchasing land or working the land in some way. So you could be gardening, or you could be purchasing a piece of land, or you could be moving out of the city, and maybe this is why you have a short trip with the 3rd house, traveling somewhere, going somewhere, purchasing a piece of land, whether it's a holiday place or something that you're actually relocating to, or you're investing in land or property or real estate. It could even, anything to do with that. It could also be obviously career related, but something to do with that is coming up. Getting in touch with the land or property or real estate, or whether it's farming or whatever it is. You could, as I said, you could be growing your own food. Whatever you do for the earth always comes back to you. If all the good you do comes back to you. So you could be having a community garden, or you could be donating things that you're growing from your property or from your piece of land to others who are in need. Things like that, it's a giant circle, big circle. What you give comes back to you. So all of these things could be coming in with this. Just apply it to your situation. And we also have Sagittarius IC. So in some way here, there's expansion coming in for you. Now, this is like a breakthrough, or it could be luck, or it could be, it could even be international travel with this. It seems travel or movement of some sort is definitely in. You could be traveling internationally or a long distance travel and then doing shorter trips around, but maps and things like that are involved. But this is expansion. So you could be also traveling to go and look, or you're investing in property abroad, or whatever the situation is for you. It can also be adventure, going on an adventure of some sort, or an exploration. As I said, this certainly seems to be either where you are, traveling around looking for things, or it could be traveling internationally and then moving around in a vehicle or a car, things like that, something to do with that. But it's an adventure. It's a very expansive energy, very outgoing energy. You could also have horses. Sagittarian energy is to do with big animals, either big dogs or like horses, or it could be wildlife even, something like that. But this is also to do with adventure or exploration in the mind. If you're not physically actually, going or traveling like that, it can also be dreaming about that, or thinking about that, or learning. Now, the learning can be higher education, as in university level education, or it could be adult education. Perhaps you are doing courses about, biodynamic farming or organic farming, or you're doing, you're learning about things. It could also be that you are now going to university if you're young, or you're learning something in some way. It could also be internet based or electronic based. So you could be doing something online. It's also to do with philosophy, religion, and belief systems. All of these things come in with the Sagittarian energy. You could be exploring that, or you may be hearing things, or you're learning things about that. You're learning sort of new concepts about the world. Perhaps your view of the world up till this point has been very different to what it is now. You're seeing things. Sagittarius sees things. It's about perception. It's about expansion of perception. You may also be getting downloads, spiritual downloads, where you're now seeing things. The intuitive process has been ramped up with this. You're now seeing truths, or you're seeing things that you just didn't ever see before. You're putting the pieces together. But it's a very expansive energy. It's about your intuition. It's about your wisdom. It's about finding meaning in life, or searching for meaning. It also encompasses the law or legal systems, and this can be the higher courts or the law, whether you're studying that or you're involved in it in some way because of Mart fairness here. There could be a legal situation to do with your home or your family. It can also be to do with your, your sort of seeking of truth, as it were, finding that out. And that can be through prophecy, or it can be through doing extensive research, or it could be through the law or your intuitive processes. Also, relationship with in-laws comes in under this energy as well. So all of this very expansive energy, very sort of progressive energy, but it could also just simply be a luck or a breakthrough coming in for you. Okay, Cancer, I hope you enjoyed that. Please take care. Have a wonderful month. Please don't forget to like and share, or like and subscribe. And I will see you next time.